Going into this game, I knew very little about it, which is of course how I recommend going into most games. Regardless, looking online afterwards, I found there were a lot of people giving this game a great rating purely based on the nostalgia factor. This game reminded me of times when I played Silent Hill. This game reminded me of times when I played Resident Evil. I didn't play those. I had no red nostalgia glasses on obscuring my view, and I'll still say that Crow Country is a great game. First things first, the music in this game is really, really impressive. It's all just so magical. While there are some eerie songs, a lot of the songs just enchant you and heighten your immersion. The OST is just really, really good, and yeah, sometimes it's really creepy. One thing I loved about Crow Country is the story. It's quite compelling. Crow Country nails that Goldilocks sweet spot, where it tells me just enough to keep the mystery and keep me intrigued, and not enough where I'm still interested in picking up all the paper and analyzing all the documents given to me, making sure that I can get any crumb of lore I can find. You aren't hit with insane blocks of text in order to understand the lore. It has a really nice feature regarding character dialogue as well to let you know when you can stop talking to them. While there are a couple loose ends by the time the story ends, a fair amount of the important mysteries are all tied up, and it makes for a satisfying conclusion. Ironically, however, the mystery behind the story is not the most interesting part of the game in my opinion. The puzzles are. Some of the puzzles are challenging, but what I found most interesting is something that I didn't even realize until after I'd already beaten the game. Here, let me show you. You walk into this room and there's a sudden mood change. A clock starts ticking, counting down. A shotgun's pointed right at you with a hand supposedly ready to pull the trigger if you're too slow. You start panicking. This is the first puzzle with a time limit, and now you have to figure out the solution. Fast. Well, that's what I thought at least when I first played through the game. You can do this whole puzzle on a time crunch, or you can just point and shoot and wha-bam. Congrats, the puzzle's done, you've won. All this to effectively say, a lot of the puzzles here have multiple solutions, and that's pretty cool. Even though this stupid claw machine didn't have multiple solutions, I swear you should really be able to win those prizes. It's honestly so stupid, -5 points just for this. I can't believe you can't win this. I agree with Mara, it's stupid. The game has a pretty intense message about environmentalism, if you're willing to look into it or dig a little bit deeper. There are parts where it becomes glaringly obvious in my opinion, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that'll just continue on without reading the documents. Regardless, this game is a not-so-hidden gem, and I loved almost every second of it. I say almost because I hated this stupid mushroom room. Thank you, chat, for helping me solve the secret. But again, the story, if you're willing to put the pieces together, has quite the twist towards the end, and it fills me with a curious mixture of hope and dread. Maybe everything will be okay. Maybe it won't.